Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Sophie Erber. Pentagon officials say they have fired a number of high-level Army officials at Fort Hood Military Base in Texas. The base has been under investigation since July of this year to address a pattern of sexual assault, harassment, suicides, and even murder. KCAU 9's Anna Warnicki has the findings for us now in our top story at 5.
Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy says he's fired or suspended 14 Fort Hood commanders and leaders after a 90-day independent investigation into the base's command culture.
This report, without a doubt, will cause the Army to change our culture.
McCarthy says a panel of 5 civilians, including Carrie Ritchie, interviewed 647 mostly female soldiers who revealed a command climate permissive of sexual harassment and sexual assault.
There was an overall sense that there is that reluctance to report because who is going to believe us?
The investigation was launched after attention to the disappearance and murder of Specialist Vanessa Guillen exposed a pattern of violence at the Texas base.
We're holding leaders accountable, and we will fix this.
As a result of the investigation, Army Chief of Staff General James McConville says the Army has a new policy on missing soldiers and launched the People First Task Force. The group will be responsible for mapping out a plan to address the report's findings and then reevaluate the Army's current policies and programs.
The Army will begin implementation by March 2021.
McCarthy says the report not only outlines what is wrong at Fort Hood, but in the Army as a whole. He says the entire branch will be responsible with the changes they implement moving forward.
We have a great deal of work ahead of us.
McCarthy says he plans to brief senior Army leaders on the report on Wednesday. In Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki, KCAU 9 News.
And schools, of course, are getting closer to the end of the semester tonight, which means students are getting their report cards back soon. In the fall, many schools nationwide implementing some form of a hybrid learning plan. And according to the South Sioux City School District, their students' learning has taken a hit while trying to cope with this new normal.
We have definitely had some impact on how some students are doing. It's best for learning to have kids in school with highly qualified teachers.
Heilman says their district is taking some extra measures to ensure that students do succeed this year, as teachers are now spending more time to get better at online teaching methods. Coming up tonight at 6, Mallory Smith with more on how the district is trying to make this year a smooth one. In other news tonight, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem laying out her budget proposal today. This while the state is wrapping up a historic year of blizzards, flooding, tornadoes, and of course, like the rest of us, COVID-19. Noem says the most important investment that can be made right now is in rural broadband internet access. She is recommending the state invest $100 million to fully connect the state over the next few years.
The benefits of this investment is hard to overstate. It makes it easier for our farmers and our ranchers to communicate with their suppliers, to access weather forecasts, to participate in online marketing and auctions. It ensures that the next generation of entrepreneurs stay in small towns in South Dakota to start their businesses.
If you'd like, we have the governor's full budget proposal posted on our website right now. That is SiouxlandProud.com. Iowa has started tracking the COVID-19 deaths of people who were diagnosed with the virus but not tested. That is a change that could add hundreds of more deaths now to the state's total count. The state now accepting clinical diagnosis from doctors and not just positive virus tests when they are attributing a death to coronavirus. The change removed 433 deaths from the system but added 610, providing an initial net gain of 177 deaths, therefore raising the state's total to 2,898. Some of those removed cases could be added back in once the proper coding methodology is applied. Let's take a quick look now at the latest COVID-19 numbers here in Siouxland. Woodbury County health officials now confirming 56 new cases, the total now more than 11,000. In Nebraska, Dakota County with 17 new positive tests today, the county totaling more than 3,300 cases. And in South Dakota, Yankton County reporting 15 new cases. Since March of this year, there has been more than 2,000 positive cases. And with COVID-19 vaccines on the way, we're bringing in some local experts for you to discuss the road ahead. Tonight coming up at 6:30, tune in on KCAU 9 or SiouxlandProud.com, our website, for our town hall event. You could join us on Facebook too. It's called Coronavirus, Fighting a Pandemic. And if you'd like, send in questions. Message our Facebook page, or you can email us at news@kcautv.com. Meanwhile, American Airlines hoping to get more people aboard their planes. Starting at the end of this week, American will become the first airline to offer all of its passengers an at-home COVID-19 test before their flight. If you do choose to opt in, you pay $129 to receive your kit in the mail. You then send your nasal swab back 3 days before your flight, and you will have your results before you take off. Some cities across the country actually allow for shorter quarantine periods for travelers who do have negative tests. But remember, a negative test is not necessarily a green light to be safe to travel. And the CDC tonight actually urging all Americans not to travel at all right now. It's time now for our first check on the weather. Meteorologist Marcus Beasley standing by. Marcus, as you mentioned at the beginning of this newscast, again treated to warm temperatures well above average. It looked like parts of Siouxland seeing close to 60.
That's right, Sophie. I think we did actually see a few areas hit 60 degrees in southwestern Siouxland today. So abnormally warm, and it's been an abnormally warm start to the month of December. 58 degrees was our recorded high in Sioux City, 60 in Wayne, 61 in Norfolk. So really warming up down to the southwest, 65 in Albion, just to the southwest of us here. So very warm air in parts of central Nebraska. 56 degrees in Yankton, so really west of I-29, temperatures on the warmer side. 54 in Lamar's, 53 in Cherokee today, and 50 degrees in Storm Lake. Pretty much everyone at least reaching 50, which for this time of year is not normal at all. Forecast lows tonight, they're going to drop down only a few degrees below freezing for most of us into the lower 30s. So that's around 15 degrees above where we should be for our low temperatures, even with a clear sky tonight. So it does look like the warmth continues tomorrow. I think more of us could reach into the lower 60s. Details on that and what the rest of the week and weekend's looking like, because we are going to see some cooler temperatures in the forecast. Again, all of that coming up in the 9 on 9 forecast. Sophie?
All right, thanks so much, Marcus. Well, releases at Gavins Point Dam are being reduced now to their winter rate. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers saying the adjustment is needed to lessen the impacts of river ice formation on the water intakes in the lower river Gavins Point Dam. The winter releases will be at least 17,000 cubic feet per second. Well, researchers at a cybersecurity firm say they have identified vulnerabilities in software widely used by millions of connected devices. Now, those flaws that could be exploited by hackers to penetrate businesses and home computer networks could disrupt them. There is no evidence of any intrusions that made use of those vulnerabilities, but their existence in communication software and brains to the internet is concerning. Connected devices is drawing concern at the national level now. Potentially affected devices come from an estimated 150 manufacturers, so it's not just one company. The products do range from networked thermometers to smart plugs and printers to office routers and even healthcare appliances, along with components of industrial control systems. We are once again honoring remarkable women right here in Siouxland. We're encouraging you to nominate a remarkable woman in your life. That way we can recognize her with the community and share her achievements. Nominations can be made right now on our website. That is SiouxlandProud.com. The pandemic forcing people to get creative in many ways, especially when it comes to making holiday plans safer. How a group of carolers are able to keep spreading the holiday cheer coming up.
And it's looking like mild weather will continue even as we cool down by the end of the week. A slight chance of a wintry mix on Friday, and then this weekend things will chill off a bit. Details on all of that after the break.
You're watching KCAU 9 News with Sophie Erber and meteorologist Marcus Beasley. This is KCAU 9 News at 5.
Remarkable women are everywhere. They're leaders, teachers, mothers, and friends. During difficult times, they stand out to their communities and all those they help and inspire. We want to share their stories. Help us recognize and thank a remarkable woman here in Siouxland. Visit our website, SiouxlandProud.com, and click on the contest tab. There you'll find the nomination form. The deadline is December 20th, so visit SiouxlandProud.com today and tell us about the remarkable women in your life in Siouxland. Thanks for sticking with us on this spring-like Tuesday. I keep thinking, I know it's December, but it feels like when at the end of winter, things are kind of crispy, but it's trying to be warmer. And temperatures, as you said, are only expected to rise over the next day.
It's looking like we're going to continue to see this warmth here for the next 24 to 36 hours or so before things begin to cool down a bit. But even then, when things cool down, it still looks like temperatures will stay slightly above average. 58 degrees today for your recorded high temperature. The record, 64 degrees, so really not too far off from that. That record set back in 1970. The normal high temperature this time of year is in the mid-30s at 34, so we were way above that today. 19 degrees this morning to start, 15 is the normal. So again, our morning low temperatures starting out roughly around where they should this time of year, but we're seeing big warm-ups during the day. And even today, we didn't even have really a lot of sunshine. We had sun at times, but for the most part today, we had partly to mostly cloudy skies. So the fact that we got up to 58 degrees is pretty impressive with those clouds out there here throughout Siouxland. It does look like tonight we are going to see things clear out a bit. The view outside right now from the KCAU 9 studio, brought to you by the Port Neal Welding Company, showing that we're still seeing some of those clouds out there. But again, I think overnight tonight we'll begin to see those clouds break apart a bit more, and we will have some clear skies tonight. But I do think that temperatures will stay a little bit warmer tonight compared to what we've seen most of this week. Temperatures right now still, so even with cooler temperatures this weekend, it's looking like we'll stay right at or just above average. And then next week, the temperatures warm back up a little bit into the mid to upper 30s.
So I can't believe our average nighttime low should be close to 15 degrees, and we really are just skyrocketing above that.
We are. Tonight, it does look like we are going to stay a little bit warmer, and if those clouds stick around a little bit longer, I think temperatures will stay above average tonight. And then tomorrow, sunshine with temperatures around 60. It's crazy.
Should be fun. All right, thanks a lot, Marcus. Well, since the pandemic began, health officials have stressed the importance of good hygiene. That means, of course, frequent hand washing with soap or using hand sanitizer to slow the spread. Both are proven to eliminate the virus from a person's skin, but they say one method is more effective than the other. To find out which one it is, click on this digital exclusive story. It's posted on our website right now with tips from experts. That's SiouxlandProud.com or the KCAU 9 News app. It's a piece of high school memorabilia that has been missing for decades, but through chance and a new friend, it's officially moving from lost to found. The story of a search for the decades coming up. But first, one group of carolers believes they found a safe way to share music. How they're keeping distant while connecting the community, next. Health measures have forced countless school choirs to change how they practice and perform. And now caroler groups must do the same. Mike Sullivan shows us how one group is still getting it done.
Let's do the Angel Gabriel.
Practice may make perfect.
The Angel Gabriel. That's it.
Sadly, there is no practice for a pandemic.
This year, we really felt like people needed some hope.
Perhaps a dash of holiday cheer as well.
We're a quartet, there's 4 of us.
With Adrian Pumphrey, the leader.
And I'll just start us off on each verse.
The 4 attempting to COVIDize a popular tradition, caroling.
Ding dong merrily on high. We're making sure that we're singing from the sidewalk.
Encouraging people to listen from their Fountain Square front doors as they go house to house.
We've just put a sign up on nextdoor.com.
A time slot to see these masked musical mavericks sing while spread apart.
We tested out singing with masks in rehearsals. Silent night. Seems like it doesn't affect the sound too much.
Pumphrey says the prep work is the key to traditions this season.
Do your research, find out what you can do safely, and find out what is allowed.
Trust him. Not only is he a school teacher.
All right. Good start.
He's had COVID.
I've had a little taste of what people are going through.
If they're going to go caroling,
the Angel Gabriel.
That would probably be the safest way to do it.
Thomas Dazinski is the director of epidemiology at the Fairbanks School of Health at IUPUI.
Now is not the time still to be gathering together in large groups.
Yet he suggests finding normalcy for your own mental health.
You might even be able to create some new traditions around Zoom if you're creative.
Even if outdoors, Dazinski says wear a mask.
That sounded great.
And social distance.
Within those limits, do it.
Find your healthy holiday hope.
Well, class rings mean different things to different people, of course, and for one man who lost his 53 years ago was full of memories. How his lost treasure was found again, next. Sometimes we don't realize how much we value something until it's lost. For one man, the amazing return of a high school token is reuniting him with his past. Alex Stokes explains.
I was washing a car in the backyard of my parents' house, and when I got done, I realized it wasn't on my hand.
North Canton native John Schick has a clear memory of the day he lost his 1967 Hoover High School class ring.
My mom bought me the ring. It didn't mean all that much at the time.
Then 17-year-old John tried to search, but it seemed the gold and black ring was gone, and he got on with growing up.
I was in the National Guard. I went through basic training, came home, whatever. My wife and I got married in 1974.
He eventually moved back to his childhood street, 2 doors down from his parents' house. The proximity and a social media post from a stranger reigniting his curiosity in the long-lost ring.
I had posted some items that I had found online, and John evidently saw the information.
Scott Brown has a hobby in metal detecting and is also an alumna of Hoover High, graduating 4 years after John. With permission, the 2 men spent a November morning combing the backyard for an hour and a half.
After a while, I kind of got discouraged, and I kind of quit.
I, too, was about ready to give up and headed closer towards the house and dragged my metal detector along with me, and it went off.
That's where the ring was.
That's where the ring was, yep. I turned to him and walked towards him, raised my hand and said, high five.
And he went like that, and there it was.
2 inches down, Scott had neatly dug the ring out of its nestled layers of time to find it unchanged with the exception of a small bend.
Gold doesn't tarnish, so when you dig gold out of the ground, it looks like the day that it went in.
Pretty incredible. Taking a live look outside now. Marcus returns with one more check on our forecast coming up next, so stay with us. Before we wrap up here at 5, let's check in first with Tim for what's coming up at 6. He's in the newsroom. Hi, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, Sophie. We hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Coming up after World News tonight, a closer look at how hybrid learning could be affecting the grades that your son or daughter will get in school this year. The end of the semester, of course, is just around the corner now, and student achievement is getting plenty of attention. Will this year's unique way of learning have an impact on student academic success? It's something we're taking a look at. Find out what folks at one local school district are saying. That's tonight at 6. Also coming up in just a half hour, we'll look at one family's quest to help patients currently isolated in hospitals with COVID symptoms who are still trying to stay in contact with loved ones, but that those loved ones are not able to make it inside the hospital. Find out how almost $17,000 raised through donations is providing more than just comfort these days. Well, that at 6 as well. And as you know, Sophie, technology playing such a big part in this pandemic.
It really is, Tim. I mean, we take it for granted. We use it here at work every day, but it really is keeping people connected. And a beautiful night on tap, at least for December.
Yeah, we're going to see temperatures drop down slightly below freezing tonight into the lower 30s with clear skies. Tomorrow, we might break a record, around 60 degrees tomorrow.
Looking forward to it, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here at 6. Until then, have a great night.